This is Matt from MGMT Boston. On this episode of Lantern, we're at OnRamp with Angelica Murphy, the VP of Marketing here. Angelica, what are you and your team in the marketing team at OnRamp building?
Yes, so the marketing team, we are fairly new as a team. We just doubled in size this past year, both at the company and also in the marketing team. So we're really starting to think about how we're building that modern B2B marketing engine. So we're thinking about how we're building everything that can be scalable for the next period of growth. And we're also thinking, of course, about how we're weaving AI into our day-to-day. How are we helping with things like automation, data enrichment, and also though with accuracy. So how can we help make the team go faster, but at the same time make sure everything is accurate?
Yeah, and what does the marketing engine that you're building here in 2026 look like at OnRamp for members of the Boston startup community?
So we're focusing on 4 key areas. One is brand and storytelling. How are we helping everyone in the market realize that onboarding is an issue? Creating communities, creating content that people can come and learn from and view on their own time. The second piece is, of course, pipeline. How are we supporting our sales team, our customer success team, and making sure we have a really tight and aligned go-to-market motion? The third is what is near and dear to OnRamp's heart is customer advocacy and customer enablement. How are we helping our customers onboard? That's our bread and butter. And how can we help create them into advocates so they can actually go out and tell the story for us? And the fourth thing that's really important is actually internal communications. I think this is a big piece that a lot of marketing teams actually end up owning internally, but we don't talk about it very often. We need to make sure that the rest of the company knows what we're doing. We're all storytellers, what they can do to help build that brand. It goes a long way. So making sure we're organized, everyone knows what we're actually doing and how we're telling that story and where to tell it.
Yeah, storytelling obviously super important and onboarding very hard. So what is that story that you're telling the market, like whether it's on the pain point side or the solution in terms of how OnRamp captures this demand?
So right now what we're finding is a lot of customer teams are actually being asked to drive more revenue without adding more headcount. They have an NRR problem, and mostly that is due to having customers stuck in activation or actually not being able to onboard at all. This is causing huge issues for actually being able to grow your revenue internally. So right now we're helping people understand that that is actually a bigger issue than they might actually realize, and what they can do to help move their customers through the onboarding phase at all, as well as faster.
Yeah, those first 30, 60, 90 days, critically important.
Yes.
Now, as you think about what you've learned stepping into this role as the VP of Marketing and how you're going to take that forward into 2026 and beyond, what are some lessons that you would pass back to other builders out there?
I go back to the internal communications piece. I think this is definitely one of the most important pieces here, especially at OnRamp, where we have doubled in size in the past year. We now have an SDR function. We're constantly onboarding new employees every day, and being able to help our new employees and our SDR function find what they need, the messaging, the branding, things that we think are really small, like just updating your signature banner. We think that they're really tiny steps, but they actually play a larger part in overall branding. So making sure you're in constant communications with your SDR team, your product team, your CS team, gathering insights from them on how we can make our messaging clearer and stronger to the market just helps with overall consistency as well.
Yeah, and last, how can customer success leaders learn about OnRamp, product leaders, onboarding leaders, the entire team that should all be focused on onboarding?
Well, you can find us at onramp.us. You can follow us on LinkedIn, and you can look out for an invite to come join us at our new Boston office opening and party on February 25th.
This is Angelica Murphy, OnRamp, Matt from MGMT Boston in this episode of Lantern. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. So glad to be here.